Hello, everyone. Welcome to the stream. Sideline Sedo here, ready to bring y'all Manchester United, Man City versus Manchester United here in Premier League Game Week 4. I'm going to read out the lineups. Kickoff is in 3 minutes. Liverpool game was going on till late, so I was watching that and then I had to set up. But the lineups are as follows. For Man City in a 4-3-3, Donnarumma, Kusanov, Diaz, Gvardiol, O'Reilly at left back getting a start in the Manchester derby. Midfield of Bernardo Silva, who's captaining the side, Rodri and Tijani Reinders. And a front three of Foden on the right, Haaland through the middle, and Jeremy Doku on the left. For Manchester United, a 3-4-2-1, we see Bayern starting in net for them. He, of course, is not... we're not sure who is Man United's number one. Sen Lamens was signed from, I believe, Antwerp. And, I mean, that is... I don't know what you want to really say. But it's tough to say. Neither of them are too experienced, but I feel like Bayern has at least a bit of legs underneath him to be able to play decently well compared to this new signing. But backline of Luke Shaw, Dalit, Yoro, midfield of Mazraoui, Fernandes, Ugarte, and Dorgu. Ahmad and Mbuemo play behind Benjamin Šeško in the 3-4-2-1 that Amram is gonna deploy today. And honestly, I don't know. I don't know how this is gonna go. I'm thinking City's gonna win. And if they win commandingly, who knows what that means for Amarim. But as far as games go, this is definitely the game of the weekend. Most looked forward to game in terms of like highest stakes. But ultimately, I don't know. I'm thinking probably 2-0 City. I don't know if United get a goal. Maybe they do. And if they do, it'd be a much more entertaining game. So we'll see how this all plays out right now. Let me pull up my live stream here. Here we go. Gonna pin this to chat and get the final result prediction poll going, and we'll be underway in just a moment. Is pinned. All right, final result prediction polls live. Feel free to go vote on that in the YouTube chat if you're there. And moment of silence here for Ricky Hatton, sadly passed away today. Not really a moment of silence, moment of applause, really, which is touching, nice to see. Minute of applause is cool. Definitely very respectable. Should be a lot different from the prospects of this game. United versus City, City versus United is always a fixture that's very much physical. It's very personal. It's a local rivalry. This kind of stuff is, it's part of the game, innit? But we are moments away from kickoff. They're huddling in their own halves. Donnarumma starting. We'll see how he performs. For me, I mean, he's not a typical Guardiola goalie, but maybe it works. I going closer to saying that it won't, because you really need to be able to play with the ball at your feet in a Pep Guardiola system. But kickoff, City going to get us underway for the first half. I believe it's Bernardo Silva who's there in the center circle. It could be somebody else, maybe Reinders. We are underway, ladies and gentlemen, for the first half. City play a long diagonal towards Haaland. Started on the left-hand side a bit and ran forward. And Doku and Haaland and all of City are just... They're playing rampant. Haaland! Oh my God! He almost scored in 18 seconds. He put it across the face of goal. He almost just... That was almost so humiliating for United. Very great link-up play between Doku and Haaland. And this shot just goes off low, skips across face of goal and out for a goal kick. And if you're Bayern there, you're gonna be so thankful, because that was so close. O'Reilly here on the ball for City, getting... I don't know if it's a debut. I don't think it is, but it is a start in the Manchester Derby. I imagine his first one, because I don't think he started any before this. But here, ball going back to De Ligt. De Ligt, under some pressure from Haaland, clears it forward, headed away by City, who start recycling possession immediately. And Ruben Dias, with his arms up, asking for the ball, gets it to Donnarumma. Donnarumma on the ball. Plays it out to his center backs, and City are just kind of trying to establish their momentum. 197th Manchester Derby ever tonight, or today, depending on where you're watching from. Offside there for City, but 3 from now, so whatever the second fixture next season between these two, unless they meet in like a cup or something, which I don't know how likely it is, but that'll probably be sometime next season in the spring or something like that. But currently we have Trafford. Bayern clears it forward, and United are just trying to get something going here. And Dorgu with a good header, and a foul is called. That's fair enough. 2 City players just kind of clattered around him. But a long ball towards the right-hand side here finds Brian Mbeumo. Mazraoui here for the throw-in. Finds Bruno Fernandes. United are just, they're going to have to probably get City on the counter, I imagine. Because City's going to seek to dominate as much possession as possible. They're really rabid in trying to win it back right now. Whenever a United player is close by, they just kind of... What a ball by Bruno. Mazraoui. Mbeumo takes a touch and it's lost. But Šeško! What a save by Donnarumma. That was kind of like a... I don't know how to describe that. That was not the best shot from Benjamin Šeško, but a good shot. Donnarumma couldn't see it until late, but not the best. Good save though, decent play, and United win back the ball in the attacking third. Cross in, Donnarumma goes to punch it. Center back falls. This is starting to heat up, ladies and gentlemen. Haaland. Good ball forward towards Doku there, and Lenny Yoro looking to deal with it. And he gets fouled, pushed in the back as he's trying to marshal the ball out for a goal kick, and Doku is upset with that, but it's the right call. Really is. Right now, first 4 minutes, it's been entertaining for sure. United, they're not going to necessarily be a side that is in the same way going to be able to kind of try to keep the ball as much in possession as we've seen the last few games, but these kind of moments where they're in transition or they win it back high up, like that's crucial for them if they want any sort of success today. And Šeško, it's a big game for him. Obviously, Cunha's out today. Stupid old me forgot to set my FPL lineup this week. So that was nice. And for some godforsaken reason, I had Mateus Cunha there. And then last week he played really bad and got injured. And he played decent, I guess, at times. But, you know, just one of those things where you forget, then push comes to shove, and you have Chris Wood as your vice captain and João Pedro as your captain. I mean, I had Semenyo. I had Van de Ven too, so I didn't score too bad this week. They kind of saved me. I'm a little bit above average. But I had Rangers on my bench, so I could have started for this game, for example. Gahey, I mean, he wouldn't have served me much better than Van Dijk. But here, United on the counter and a good ball out towards the right wing. Brian Mbeumo. Mate, come on now. You got to get to that. That was it was a bit maybe too strong, that pass, but it was a great opportunity in the counter. But Man United here looking for a throw-in. Well, not a throw-in. Man City looking for a throw-in. Man United been playing well, though, in the counter. And O'Reilly here with a long throw-in. Here, good switch of play, potentially. Dorgu really trying to get up for that ball over Bernardo Silva, but it didn't work out for him. Here, Luke Shaw gets the ball. He plays it back towards Bayender. Bayender on the ball. United passing around their back line. And, oh my gosh, Bayender almost an error. Haaland pressed him, and Bayender had to act fast to try to deal with that. However, he ended up picking it up, but that's not looking good if you're a United fan, because we have no idea what the level of Sen Lamens is, especially in the Premier League. And if you have a goalie like that, Bayender, who's going to take like a super heavy touch, and then, I mean, he corrected himself, so you can't like slate him too much. It worked out for the best, and maybe it's going to work out even better as United. Šeško ball through to Mbeumo just wasn't it. Intercepted, and now City on the counter, and a really bad pass there. Who was that? Was that Rangers? Was that Rodri? It was Rangers. Rangers just way too much mustard on that ball. But here, Cameron Lamens sitting on the bench next to Harry Maguire. Deadline day acquisition for up to $29 million. Don't know what it is in pounds. Sorry, folks across the pond. But here, good back heel. United. Oh, man, that was nearly really good, actually. I'll give it to him. That was actually really good, almost. The outside the boot Trivela from Mbeumo was just not quick enough, not strong enough at the right time. But here, Luke Shaw on the ball. Dalit. Euro. Man United more confident in the build-up. That's a insane foul. Nothing like too egregious, but just like clearly a foul from O'Reilly. In a game like this, you can't give that a yellow, I don't think, because it's, it's a derby. So you're going to have some moments like that, and you have to kind of account for it. But just kind of pulled them down. Fair enough, though. United here have a free kick in their own half. They're going to hoof it forward, hopefully try to find Benjamin Šeško. He's there near Ait Nouri, and he wins the header, but here Bernardo Silva fouled by Bernardo Silva ends up pulling down Dorgu. It's a fair free kick, I think. Dorgu just beat him. Šeško wins the header. Bernardo Silva tries to control. A little bit of a tussle, and then he just pulls him by his kind of rib in his hip, his left rib, his right hip, and just kind of clearly gives away a free kick there. I think Amram is upset by the fact that there's no yellow card there, maybe by the state of play by United. I'm not sure. I'm not. But Mbeumo is going to take this. Brian Mbeumo standing over the free kick in a potentially very decent position. City have basically everybody back, even Haaland. They need as many bodies to defend some of these center backs and such. Yeah, every player is here defending. And Buemo with the free kick swings it in. Just wasn't it, isn't it? It's just rough when a free kick and opportunity goes like that. Isn't it just the worst? Like I'm not rooting for anybody here. I'd want to draw. I'm a neutral. Well, hate both of them, but point aside. It does feel a bit like there's a bit of bite to the game. There's a bit of rivalry, which is good. I don't know what would really, I mean, a high scoring draw is always fun as a neutral, especially in a hate watch kind of format. But you know, as either that or something as kind of exciting as like a last minute win, that's always kind of like what you're looking for in a neutral game. Obviously, you could have maybe some side that you root for. For me, like I said today, not rooting for either. I would love like a 3-3 to happen or something absurd. But my 2-0, my as confident in it, probably if City get the first one, it could be keys. And they almost got it after 18 seconds. So you can't really like, count them out of scoring that first one, I don't think, or setting the tone. Because if anyone's going to set the tone, it's going to be them. And so far, I think they have. It's just there have been some pockets where United have kind of shown that they're really kind of more up for it today. And here, Dias on the ball, looking to carry the ball forward. He's waiting. He's kind of hesitating, and he finally plays it towards Nori. And here, Rodri plays it out wide to Bernardo Silva. Bernardo Silva versus Dorgu. Kusanov, Rodri, Dias, Bernardo Silva, good ball, good play. Reinders, what on earth was that? That was like he had Tim's on or something, or he had like cement in his boots, bro. Like a straight concrete pass. That is going nowhere quickly. Like, he's had 2 of them. I think he's a great player. I mean, I have him in my FPL, but that's not what you want to see. He's on my bench this week, so we'll give him a pass for that, or else I wouldn't be happy at all. I'd be pretty pissed. Here, City with a throw-in. Yeah, that was out. I thought that maybe Diallo had kept it in play. Here, ball all the way back towards Gianluigi Donnarumma, new signing on deadline day. Maybe a little before it, but late summer signing. Kind of a big twist in the transfer window too. I mean, who would have thought that he would win the Champions League and then go and join City? But that's how it's played out. PSG have a replacement, a pretty decent replacement too, in Chevalier. So we'll see how that plays out. I think Donnarumma is somebody I haven't. I mean, he's played well in games that I've watched, but I also haven't I'm not a fan of that style of goalie. I really do like kind of more of a sweeper keeper, and I don't think he's that great with like crosses and certain things at times. And good ball forward. Donnarumma does collect well though. That wasn't the best ball, but the idea was there. Donnarumma now rolls it out to Joško Gvardiol, and we have City just kind of looking to build the ball up through the wings, but ends up getting them a free kick here, I think. They just play it back to Gvardiol and now Ruben Dias. 3 fouls for City, 2 for United so far. Not too shabby in terms of a advantage maybe. Haaland, Bayandere comes out to clear it, The player kind of got leveled. I didn't get to see who that was. I think it's Phil Foden. Yeah, it's Foden. But some good play from both sides so far. Yeah, the lit just kind of gets a bit underneath him. Foden, no foul given, I don't think, but here Reinders can't really do much there. It's cleared by Euro, and now City have the ball again near the center circle. Rodri with a sloppy turn, to be quite frank. It just kind of loses him. Or he loses it, I should say. And a good cross to the back post. Ahmad! Oh, my days. Ahmad Diallo just went for, like, basically a Garnacho bicycle kick at the right-hand side of the goal instead of the left-hand side. And he absolutely flubbed it. Just kind of whiffed it. Trying to see exactly how he was positioned for this again, because I don't know why he would go for that. I mean, not maybe he tries to like volley it on his left and just, yeah, totally miscues it. Like, I would imagine he tried to like control it with his right or just like lash out at it with his right immediately. I wasn't expecting him to do all that. Even his left, he could. I imagine he was in a position that he could have just kind of tried to lace through it. But okay, here we are. Some good play here though from City, trying to hold on to the ball as it gets to Kusanov, and Jeremy Doku sends in 2 crosses, and oh, come on, Phil Foden scoring headers on y'all? Come on, bro. Goal scored by Manchester City. Phil Foden with the header. The header, yeah, I said that right. The header. Pathetic defending, really. Doku, credit to him. He did well. He stayed with it. He was on top of things immediately. What's happening here? Did somebody fall? Yeah, something happened. I can't tell what happened there, but something happened. Nothing, I think, too serious, but something between City and the fans as they went to go celebrate with them. But yeah, that's rough. Doku here beats his first man, sends in the cross. He falls right back to him, and not a single person's marking him. Who is that? Shaw. Bro, like they've needed to replace Luke Shaw for eons now. Binder, let's see. Header in. Yeah, it's a well-placed header. You got to give Foden that too. It's a well-placed header. Pep, jubilant. Can't blame him. But well-timed. Lost his man. United's backline is in shambles. But now they're looking to respond immediately. And here, Diallo. That's just not good enough, mate. That's just not good enough. It's getting snippy here. Bruno having some words with Foden. Reinders telling him some stuff. Diallo upset with Foden as well earlier. It's all kind of kicking off. First Premier League goal since January 25th versus Chelsea. It's been nearly 8 months, Phil, but you got it. 7 months and 2 weeks or something like that. That. I mean, obviously you got the whole summer there, but that is quite the goal drought. To not have basically scored last season up until, from January until the end of the season is horrific. And Haaland, here he is on the right wing. Erling Haaland tries to give away the ball, and that's not the best that he's ever done. And it's out for a throw-in for United. But yeah, it's just kind of the state of affairs. right now. We have 14 votes, 15 votes in the final result prediction poll. 47% say Man United win, 40% say Man City win, and 13% say draw. A lot of United fans in here. I mean, hey, as a rival fan, I'll give it to y'all. If y'all are still in the trenches supporting United, you can't even be called a bandwagon. You're doing your due diligence. However, you started supporting them. If you're sticking through this, oh mate, that is some god awful. That was, I don't know what Bruno was thinking there. He just let it kind of skip across him. That's not what you want to see. And I mean, my prediction was 2-0 for City. So far, 1-0. I said if they get the first goal, I don't see United scoring. And honestly, I can see that playing out. I want to look at their benches because I'm not too familiar with either side's like bench as things stand. Let's see. Their benches are as follows. For City, Trafford, Mateus Nunes, Ake, Lewis, Mfuni, Mukasa, Gonzalez, Oscar Bob, and Savinho. Okay, so not the best, but not terrible. Lamens, Heaton, Heaven, Diego Leon. Never heard of him. Maguire, Fredrickson, Casemiro, Mainu, Xerxes. Yeah, mate. I mean, I'd probably say that City have the far better bench at this thing stand. Oh, City win has gotten up to 44%. Here we have a corner, though. Who's going to take it for City? Can't see the number from this distance. It might be Phil Foden. We see Gvardiol, Dias, and Haaland all talking. All kind of linked up. I think it was Phil Foden there. And Bernardo Silva plays it all the way back to Donnarumma. Kusanov back to Donnarumma. Yeah, it's safe to say City have a firm grasp on this game after just 23 minutes. Personally, I'm not counting United out until the second falls, but if the second does, I know I predicted them not to score, but if the second does, it might get really, really ugly. Doku on the left wing, Jeremy Doku. Oh, Tiani Reinders with a kind of snapshot just immediately. First time just lashes out at the ball straight to Binder. I mean, not the best placement, but good timing, quick with it. That's going to be threatening for City like throughout the season. You know, having a guy that's able to score goals from midfield is crucial, and he's kind of like a bit of a box crasher. I imagine he could also score goals from outside the box, being a midfielder and all, and being a goal scorer. But those cutbacks, they'll come in handy, you know, kind of being able to just, you know, shoot it after somebody squares it in. But 63% possession for City to Man United's 37%. Yeah, it's United just can't even get onto the ball right now. 2 shots on goal for City. 1 for United. That one being the Šeško effort that was saved by Donnarumma. It's kind of blocked. Donnarumma couldn't see it, but good save regardless. Bernardo Silva controlling the ball. He gives it to his compatriot Ruben Dias. And here, long ball forward, a header by Ugarte. Haaland skips past Erling Haaland. Bernardo Silva, Erling Haaland. Too much power from Bernardo Silva there. I don't know what he was thinking. That was really, really... That was way too strong and fast to... I don't know. I do not know. Thank you to whoever subscribed on YouTube. I was just scrolling through some of my tabs and I saw that my number went up. So much appreciated to whoever that was. Here we have Dorgu giving the ball to one of his teammates to take the throw in, and United are just very much up against it at this point. They're not really creating many chances. I want to look at some of the stats that are up. 0.03 xG to City's 0.31. Obviously, it was a difficult shot still from Šeško, but got it on target. City are like playing volleyball with them. Honestly, that if Doku controlled that, that would have been really good. But they're basically playing volleyball against them, just kind of keeping it up in there and flicking it over them. Yeah, this is what I wanted to see. 129 accurate passes with 87% accuracy for Man City thus far, to 54 for United with 68% accuracy. Is there some defending stats or running stats? Yeah, I doubt it. United are winning the ground duels and the aerial duels. That's what FootMom's telling me, but it doesn't matter if you can't really do anything, you know? Brian Mbuemo on the right wing. Crosses it in. It's cleared away by City. Shaw here on the ball. Looking for an outlet somewhere. Plays it to his captain, Bruno Fernandes. Amad Diallo. Mazraoui. Oh, my days. Terrible pass. Intercepted. City immediately on the counter. Reinders loses possession. Fair and square. Ugarte offside. No. No! Mbuemo! Oh! Wow, bro. Offside. Okay, it was an offside anyways. I was about to say, if he wasn't offside and he missed that. Oh, my God. The meltdown. Yeah, just he just passed it to kind of too late. Mbuemo as well. I mean, he hit it as it just kind of like skipped up in the air. Not the best shot, but considering the circumstances, like what man, like who cares? I thought he would have taken it with his left, honestly. But here we have City losing possession once again. They hold on to it, and now Doku to Kusanov. Kusanov looking for a pass. Rodri. O'Reilly. Guardiol. O'Reilly. I mean, City get the luxury of this now. You know, you're going to want to score first. Oh, won the ball, though, there, Bruno. Good tackle. Dorgu. Player goes down. There's just bodies flying everywhere at this point. But, you know, as far as as far as the game's gone, first half hour, it's lived up to what I expected, I guess. I would love like a high scoring draw, but United just looking really lackadaisical. Like they can't string too many passes together. They do win the ball sometimes in decent positions. I'll have to say that. Like credit to them there. But at the same time, you know, there just comes like a certain threshold of like, if you can't continue to do something good enough, like the compounding like mediocrity that you envelop yourself in, especially in the Premier League, I think it can become a burden very quickly. United are playing decent though, looking to break out of that, even though they do trail right now. And Brian Mbeumo, he's gonna have to contribute a lot in Mbeumo. Like he's one of their better outlets on paper. Good cross in, header goes and is cleared by a City player. But this is good for United, kind of testing that back line's resolve, kind of putting in just ideas really into the box. That's the best they could do at the moment, and that's fine. City is not any slouch of a team, especially if you're their crosstown rivals. That kind of amplifies things, you know. So I think they played okay, but I do think we need some more kind of consistency from them if they're gonna have anything to say about it. Good ball. Great ball. Šeško tries to flick it forward. It's saved by Donnarumma. Donnaruma's upset. I think he wanted an offside or something. It was good play, though. Those kind of passes are necessary. He, totally not an offside. I don't know what Donnarumma was upset about. Was he saying it went off of him? Off of, like, Šeško? Oh, he kind of, like, goes like this, but it doesn't touch his hand. It doesn't touch his hand. And then, once again, kind of, it didn't look like it touched his hand either time for me, but maybe they're going to call it back. Oh, they do call it back. Yeah, no. It was one of those ones where I thought it was so close. I thought he gave a corner, the referee. But yeah, that's probably the right call. Bruno Fernandes here. Trying to win the ball back in a wild hoof forward. It's accurate though. Dorgu, wow, whoa, that's a yellow card or a foul at least. Yeah, Kusanov just kind of punches Dorgu in the back. Not really a total punch, but like a kind of like a stiff arm, kind of like. It was more of like an elbow into him. He kind of like. Not too aggressive, but it was definitely meant to make him fall. Or at least get him off balance. So credit there for the ref for calling it. 4 fouls for both sides. Here, though, we have Bruno Fernandes, who's probably the better person to be taking free kicks from this position. We saw Mbeumo one earlier that was kind of not near post, but it made its way towards the near post, and it just kind of didn't work out really whatsoever. Here, Bruno standing atop the ball. The referee is kind of handling some stuff. Can Bruno Fernandes, Manchester United captain, make a moment of magic happen here late in the first half? He cannot. That was straight into the gloves of Donnarumma. Come on now. Here, Reinders plays the ball to Ruben Dias. Doku comes back to get the ball at his feet and does well. Rodri to Dias. Dias to Rodri to Dias again. Little 1-2 there. And Rodri, a little slow, a little labored sometimes. Offside. He can't play that. A little, just like a little off the pace. I mean, it makes sense. He had a horrific injury last season. Those take a while to recover from. Van Dijk, he was a little shaky when he first came back, and he's gotten to a point where he looks like the best version of himself, really. And I wouldn't be surprised if a player like Rodri kind of, it takes him maybe like half a season to get back to a level familiar to what we knew. He's playing decent, not bad whatsoever, but there's moments where he turns, he tries to take a touch, he tries to play a pass that it's not clicking, as well as he used to, and it's clearly due to some rust and some cobwebs, and that's just part of the game. I think Rodri's arguably one of the best DMs, if not the best DM in the world, but I do think he is kind of becoming a bit of a thing to earmark and check throughout this game. His position and how he's kind of, dictating play. It's not, there is a reason that United have been able to kind of get at them more. It's because Rodri's not at his very best at the moment. But City do look a bit more adventurous, a bit more kind of like willing to, just have somebody carry the ball a bit, not be maybe as precise all the time. They're still doing incredibly well, though, I would say, in terms of just like their defensive ability throughout. It hasn't been too bad. It's been half decent, I'd say. But it does lack Rodri kind of dominating the midfield in front of it, which is kind of more familiar to last season. We did see that 1-1 draw last year between them with the late Bruno penalty. We'll see if this one kind of plays out to be something like that. But some great control from Foden. Bernardo Silva. Kusanov. $16 final third entries for City, 19 for United. So United are like doing things. They're progressing the ball, but they've only gotten 5 touches in the opponent's box. The City's 12. So they're progressing the ball to right outside the box, and things are just getting, they're just kind of being shut out. That's kind of the story of the game so far. And if I'm a United fan, I'm really hoping that we score next. But, City able to kind of just briskly jog at times. United chasing the game almost. It's not optimal if you're trying to compete at the Etihad. Doku versus Mazraoui. Ball towards, I think that's Reinders. Yep. To Doku. Reinders. Oh, mate. Matt O'Reilly picks up a pass that I think was meant for Haaland, I would imagine. Because Reinders here, he kind of sees Haaland make that run, and right as Haaland makes the run, Reinders puts his hands up like this. And yeah, O'Reilly just shanks it. Yeah, I mean, things happen. Good idea, but, you can't account for every variable. Here we have Euro with a good pass to Mazraoui. Mazraoui fakes like he's going to send floated ball forward, but De Ligt Mazraoui does well. Oh, Bernardo Silva here. Dorgu strips him of possession. Bruno Fernandes. Good tackle that from Kusanov. Just completely stops Diallo in his tracks. And now City. Doku. Too quick for him. Too fast. Not the best pass, really, but as an outlet, he's terrifying. He's really starting to kind of take shape under Pep, and he looks effective. I didn't think he looked effective when he first came in, but not too bad. Mazraoui here. Some good play from United. Amad Diallo. Kusanov on him, man marking him. It's passed out to Mazraoui. Ugarte to Sean. Here, Dorgu. Shaw. O'Reilly heads it away. That's a foul. That is a foul. Replay of the Phil Foden goal there. Not ideal. Not ideal for United. Table. I want to look at the table after this. Yeah, a 1-0 loss would put Man United in at least 12th. They could fall lower if they concede more. As low as 16th. That would be shambolic. Like, really bad. Bernardo Silva here. Phil Foden. Rodri. Kusanov. Dorgu sends in the cross. Not bad. It's out for I think it's a corner. I think it deflected out for a corner. Off of Kusanov. Here, approaching the 44th minute, the last minute before stoppage time. United's first corner of the evening. Will they be able to make the most of it? Capitalize? Go level with rivals Manchester City? We will see a lot of bodies in that box. Bruno Fernandes looking to find somebody. Raises his hand twice. What is this? Yeah, Kusanov is just like hugging the lid. And yeah, that's crazy work. Absolute bear hug. Cross comes in. Donnarumma punches it away. Mazraoui lifts it. Oh, that's got to be a free kick. No? Dorgu's upset. Guardiola took him out. I thought that was a free kick. I'll be honest. Yeah, he's just... Like, we saw Bernardo Silva get... Oh, they've given it. They've given it. Okay. I was about to say, we saw Bernardo Silva get called for that. A minute of stoppage time here. We're already about 30 seconds into it. Brian Mbuemo is set to take from this angle. Right-hand side of the pitch for United. It's going to be a left-footed in-swung cross, I imagine. Headed away by Haaland. And that's that for the first half. We're going to set this. Let me see. What am I missing? Oh, I have to adjust the half. So, for some reason, my timer doesn't go from 45 to 90 anymore, which is really annoying. Wonder if I could do this. Hold up. This would be much better if it actually works. We'll see. I'm testing it, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, it stops. It just stops at 45, which is really weird. Huh. Whatever. We'll just do the second half of 45 minutes. But yeah, first half, I'm going to look at the stats. We'll talk about it. If you're new to the channel, consider subscribing. And thank you for joining me on this stream so far today. It's been okay of a game in terms of like what's come of it. 60% possession for City, 40% for United. 0.34 XG for City to United's 0.03. 4 shots for City. United only have the one from Šeško that was saved by Donnarumma. Pass accuracy, 242 total passes for City with 87% total accurate passes for City with 87% accuracy. 141 total accurate passes in the first half for United with 80% accuracy. They passed the ball legit almost half the amount of times as City. And it's a lot less accurate. Besides that, City with 20 throws, 13 touches in the opposition's box. United only have 6 touches and 10 throws. A lot of tackles from United. A lot of just, kind of having to duke it out and duel out. Liam, welcome, Liam. How's it going? It's been 7.5 hours of game time since I've seen an Aston Villa goal. Brother, I wish I had something to pour out for you because I totally understand I imagine grief that you're going through. That's 4 game weeks now where Villa have yet to score. I don't know what that means long term for them. But it's definitely not a good state of affairs. Watkins, I'm not gonna lie, I'm very glad I dropped him for my FPL. But as far as what this would imply, this fixture today, should the result hold, and City win, they will go at least to 9th place, ahead of Newcastle and Fulham. And if it's just a 1-0 win, United will be in 12th. They'll be in 9th. They'll be 2 points ahead. But if, they win by 2, then they go up because of goal difference to 8th, Man City. Whereas United would drop. I don't know how the goal difference works, like what the tiebreaker is when it's the same goal difference. Is it goals scored, I think it goes. Yeah. So they'd be probably like around where Brighton and Brentford are, um, which isn't where they want to be whatsoever. That's too close to home for like how life was like last season for United. And I imagine it would just kind of start to really like make things uncomfortable, and some serious questions would have to be asked about what the long-term plans are for the club. Because this first half for United, it's not Ali's fault. He's had one chance and it was the most clear cut. I'm hoping the new signings can inject some energy to it. Gasson has looked good, but Rodgers has been so useless. Yeah, I imagine that Rodgers' role will be a lot more, like, it's going to be different when there's players like Sancho and Gasson and Elliott being thrown in the mix. I don't know how they all link up with Morgan Rodgers. Oh, they're doing a halftime interview with Bernardo Silva. It's kind of crazy. Forgot they were doing this now. But yeah, um, I I don't know. I don't know what the solution is for United. Um, I don't know if having someone like Xerxes would change anything too much more. Um, I do kind of want to look at their team, pull them up, and just kind of look and see. Brian Mbeumo has been probably useless. Like, it kind of sucks because he's like your new signing, but especially to start season, he's gotten what? 1 goal, 0 assists, and now his 4th game. Uh, he's been pretty anonymous. Kind of had some bad moments too where he's lost the ball. Same with Diallo. I think he's kind of tried some stuff, hasn't been good. Dorgu's been really impressive at times for United, but one man playing well doesn't mean much. It really doesn't. So honestly, if I'm a United fan, I'm looking at this game and I'm like, man, like, I don't know who you bring in. I really don't. Xerxes and Mainu are the only people I'm like, maybe you bring those guys in. Maybe you bring in Mainu instead of Ugarte. Maybe you bring in Xerxes instead of Mbeumo. I don't know. I seriously, I couldn't tell you because this squad is so patchwork and so piecemeal and so put together in like the shoddiest of ways and situations. Like, everyone knows it. Like, it's an issue because every single player at United is kind of like in their own, they're from their own era. They're whatever manager it was and whatever the vibes were at the time, which aren't usually good vibes, but these like weird different technical styles and influences and profiles that like really you need a complete overhaul. But they spent it on 3 forwards, who I think would be fine if you added, another midfielder, another, maybe like, is Mount injured? I don't know. Yeah, they've got a crazy injury list. Dallo, Martinez, Mount, Cunha. Like, either way, Cities is actually longer. But they got like Bettinelli in there, so that doesn't count. But at the end of the day, for me, it just kind of, oh my God, it's absolutely pouring there too. You can't even see it on the camera until it's like kind of close up on somebody. But yeah, I just don't think that United have enough cohesion to be a good side. Like, there's not enough chemistry, and I don't think that kind of chemistry can be manufactured a lot of the times because you're in the process of like going through a season. You're kind of doing like, everything to have some kind of positive impact on how things play out. But if that impact is consisting of you linking up with someone whose style or personality clashes with you, and you guys are out of rhythm always, it's going to continue to be out of rhythm until it isn't, right? But how does it not stay in rhythm? You got to get results. You got to get goals. No amount of training or anything will help if you guys have a total like contrast that's clashing to the point where it's like we've been watching like these guys just absolutely circumvent the midfield. Like Bruno does kind of create sometimes, but it's never like it's never too much to be able to account for the lack of like, it's like if Mainu or any one of them really, Mainu, Ugarte, Casemiro, any of them are playing alongside Bruno in this double pivot, it usually results in Bruno playing a lot worse because he can't play this deep, and B, it means that his partner is kind of just like relegated to being nothing more than like a kind of stopgap, like weird kind of midfielder who's like a destroyer but doesn't do anything. They just pass it out to the wide players who, let's be real, I'm going to be honest, not a single one of these wide players is good enough or creative enough to justify that. Like, you have no justification for trying to do this kind of like, they've been better today. I'll give them that. They've been better today than they were against like Burnley, which was wild. That was just terrible. But United they're in no place to find that rhythm that I'm talking about. They're just in this never-ending spiral that I think personally teams get caught up in. It happens. As a Liverpool fan, it happened when I first started watching, I knew of Liverpool and I thought they were like an exciting side, and like thought Rafa was cool and this and that, and Torres was awesome. And then Hodgson came through and that wasn't all that great. And Dalglish, he won a cup, but not like a title really. And then it was, we're in a cycle of having like basically watching Brendan Rodgers come close, but not quite a bit. And that was heartbreaking. But there was like a lot of moments in there where there was like thorough pockets of mediocrity and this kind of consistent thing where like Rodgers, he's got an issue where he can't profile players well enough, I think. Like, we're getting in like, I don't know what the deal was at the time, because he clearly wasn't working with the board, and obviously the success that's come after, like, credit to Rodgers, I think he is a decent coach. But I don't know how great of a manager he is, in the sense of like managing this squad, putting them together, understanding their roles, defining said roles, contributing in that way. And I feel like Amorim could kind of be one of those guys. Like, I know Gyökeres was incredible, but Gyökeres has proven even in the Premier League that he's a top quality striker. Obviously, like, it's only been 4 games, but he's scoring. He's hitting the post like it owes him money, like absolutely slamming the ball against the post. He's scoring tap-ins. He's scoring decent shots. He's got a lot of power behind his shot. So it's like this whole thing where United just are they're just misprofiling players. They're doing things that don't help. Like, in a sane world, if you're at Manchester United and you're working with Ruben Amorim, if you're the ownership, the onus is on you to be like, okay, we'll get you a brand new front line. We'll get some upgrades at the back. You should prioritize the goalie way before. And I think Lamens, I know nothing about him. Straight up, I know nothing. I'm not going to lie to you. I've never seen this guy even on like a computer screen until like last week. So, or a couple weeks ago, however long ago. But point aside, for me, it feels like United are in a spot where they've just kind of like assumed that Amram will figure it out with what he's got. They're like, oh, well, Bruno's a midfielder, Casemiro's a midfielder, or Ugarte, Mainu. These guys don't fit together. Period. They don't. Especially when you got Bruno in a deeper kind of 6-8 double pivot role as your only real midfielder. Because let's be frank, the likes of Cunha, Šeško, and Mbeumo, these guys are forwards. They're not like bodacious, versatile, pressing forwards that are really great at helping back. It's not like the 2 10s as it's been called for Amorim that sit behind Šeško. It's not like these guys are press merchants. It's not like they're able to be physical and win back the ball too often. They win it in interceptions. They can carry the ball because they're technically decent. But I just feel like if you're Amorim, why not have Bruno be one of those guys behind him? Obviously, it'd be a little different for him adjusting to having like another kind of like striker or another 10 to play towards with the wing backs going forward as well. But he'd have a lot more options. He'd have a lot more creative license and reign to be able to do things. And it'll be a lot less difficult than this weird experiment where he's basically like, he's the only guy in your midfield who you can maybe consistently rely on. And you're playing him in, like, I just don't know. I don't think it's conducive. It would have been smarter to get another couple of guys, maybe sell maybe some of them if you could have, Casemiro or Ugarte or someone like that. I think, like, I don't know. I just think that the current kind of setup at United is just never ever gonna get over that hump. You know, it's never gonna break that threshold if they continue like this. Like, as long as Bruno's there playing in this kind of double pivot, I'm not saying it's the be all end all. There's other things that they have to clearly adjust. Luke Shaw is starting. Oh, you have somebody on Twitch. Mate, I'm gonna have to ban you. Come on, bro. Can't be doing that in my Twitch chat. Not with any. Well, you're lucky I'm logged out. If there's a mod on Twitch watching right now, please block and ban Macero VTube, please. United is set to kick us off for the second half. They're at the center circle. Brian Mbeumo set to kick it off. And yeah. The referee's just kind of being helped. I don't know, maybe a battery change or something for his microphone or something, but we're underway. You see Lucas Digne's bump, size of a golf ball. What do you mean? I did not. Did he get injured or something? I'll look it up, Liam. And here, City trying to attack United already. Lenioro does well. Good work from the young center back. Head injury. Yikes. Oh my God. Dorgu sends in the cross. It's out for a corner for Man United. That is gruesome. That is shocking. It literally does look like a golf ball. He had a head collision with Emi Martinez. That on knee. Oh, ooh. Played the full 90. That's crazy. How's Matson doing? I'm shocked that he's not starting as much for Emery. Maybe he doesn't rate him. I don't know. Here, cross comes in, cleared away. Haaland clears it this time. And United are continuing to kind of try to knock at that door and try to change some stuff. But currently, not a whole lot going in their favor. Good pass, though. They started the second half well as Dorgu sends in this cross. Dorgu again. Bruno Fernandes to Brian Mbeumo. Mazraoui. Mbeumo. Good play. Mazraoui sends in the cross. Mbeumo again. United are looking a lot better here, but it's not by much. They're still kind of missing that final pass. They're still just kind of absently attempting, it feels like, to do anything. It feels like they're just kind of knocking it about, but a good diagonal here to Mbeumo. Mazraoui. Mazraoui holding his head. What happened there? Players tend to get trusted more in their second season at Emery. Tillmans didn't play much. Matson still has some defending concerns. Fair enough. Oh, he got elbowed in the face by Joško Gvardiol. Yeah, no, that's pretty reasonable. I feel like Digne is getting up there in years, but I imagine he is a bit more experienced. I mean, hey, that kind of happened today with what's his name, Milos Kerkez. He got subbed off after like 36 because he had a yellow card, and he was playing super aggressive, and it wasn't necessarily like defensively sustainable. He also got booked for simulation, so being on a yellow card, you're kind of like, is it worth risking, or do you just bring on Robertson? I think that's good for someone like Emery to have like a alternative at left back. Like if for some reason Digne is just off his game that day, you give Matson a run. But if he does have defensive concerns, that is it's tough with fullbacks. They usually, if there are defensive concerns with them, they're usually not as like able to constantly like get over that. Like it's kind of like a more of a style thing. If their style doesn't allow them to, then like Trent, you look at Trent, and no offense, he's just defensively he's improved a lot from where he was at, but he's still a liability, I'd say. Nouri as well, he's improved, but if there was literally anybody else on the right wing other than Mazraoui and Brian Mbeumo, I personally would say that I'd imagine he'd be struggling a bit more. Like, I don't think that's a crazy thing to say, especially because he's one of those guys that likes to get forward. Now, City are very fortunate. What was that? What are we doing, guys? I want a draw. I'm a neutral. I hate both of you. So when City goes up, I need to like hope United score. And if United goes up, 8 wins in 30 Premier League matches under Ruben Amorim. 4 wins. 4 came against newly promoted clubs. 4. What? That's half of his Premier League wins. 4. The fact that that's half your Premier League wins and you've been here for like a year, it feels like. my guy, I don't know what to tell you, but you might be the problem as well. You can't be in double digits yet. Oh my god, dude, this is sickening. This is sickening. If I was a United fan, I would be like chucking stuff at my TV right now. They can't do anything. It seems it was thrown into Buemo. There's nobody pressing him. He plays it out for a City throw. Is he like, bro? You make hundreds of thousands of pounds a week, and you do that? Haaland! He scored. Of course he has. Who else but him? Damn it, dude. Of course. I mean, my prediction's right, but like, I wanted a draw. I wanted the draw. That guy is never going to be able to cut his hair. Bro, he might as well, like, I don't know. Like, I respect him for not cutting it, but at this point, bro, he's not getting a haircut until, like, 2050. This is god awful. Want to check out my FPL's doing. Excuse me. Yeah, so what's this? I got 65 points in game week 4 of my FPL, or just FPL. I'm not doing great whatsoever. I have to make some serious changes, and I need to stop, like, whatever I'm doing with this, like, I don't know. There's just this, like, my team's a mess. I've used chips that I shouldn't have, and moving forward, yeah, I used my wild card. I brought in Cunha. But that means I got free transfers, no? 3 free transfers? Goodbye, Mateus Cunha. I'm sorry, bro, but that's not going to work long term. I got Reinders, but he's on my bench for this week, so it doesn't really matter. City, Haaland! Haaland! Oh, my days, that was ridiculous. Oh, brother, what is this? They're literally humiliating them. This is, like, pathetic. So pathetic from United. Can I trust Chris Wood anymore? Burnley, Sunderland, Newcastle. West Ham, Liverpool, Everton. United, Brighton, Liverpool. I'm looking at options for my FPL because what am I even watching, dude? This is like, oh, I didn't update the graphics. Sorry, y'all. They're just having fun. Did Reinders get the assist? Please tell me he did. Doku balling out. I like Florian Wirtz as a player. I think he's gonna really kick on in Liverpool. But he might not be my FPL this upcoming week, bro. I might have to make some. Him and Salah both are having me nervous. Salah at least, like, obviously is on penalty duty, so sometimes you get away with it, like this week. But Haaland once again just running, but Shaw somehow intercepts or puts in a little touch and manages to do something. But keep one and restore Rangers. Here's United. Mazraoui, Mbuemo, no foul given by the ref. Foul given by the ref for City. And I think that was the right call. Hours passed, and it's looking really bad for Man United. They look helpless, really. Um, Here, Diallo. Mbuemo with a shot saved by Donnarumma. Quick thinking. Cross comes in. City just easily deal with it. They're going to try to start the counter, and a good tackle there. United, though, offside. That's a terrible, terrible play. Your City still. Here's City. Haaland! And it's just straight at by in there. Sheshko here, dropping deep. It's helping the build up. Boom, 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 boom. Buemo sends in a cross. It's comfortably caught by Gianluigi Donnarumma. Not looking great. A little good news. I got a job after 5 months of voluntary unemployment. Congrats, Liam. That's awesome, mate. Happy for you, brother. I'm trying to figure out. Haaland. Yep, he scored. He scored once again. Erling Haaland makes it 3-0 for Manchester City. And things only go from bad to worse if you're a United fan. Yeah, this is bleak. Eighth career Premier League goal in the Manchester Derby. Oh, they're doing the Poznan thing. Yeah, mate. I don't know what to say about United. United! Shot from Manuel Ugarte. Just high and wide. Oh, brother. Classic United. All right, so I've made some alterations to my FPL for next week. Finally, um, let's see me pick my team. So the big ones that I did were got rid of Verts. Sorry, Florian, but the eight, it's either Florian Verts or Erling Haaland, and I can't have too many Liverpool players as much as I love the club. It just starts, the returns aren't as high. So I got rid of Florian Wirtz. I brought in Pavel Matasar. I think Sar is really good for Tottenham. He's really cheap. If I need Holland or if I want Holland, it means that I have to be a bit more conservative with my spending in different areas of the pitch. Chris Wood went up to a 7.6, which was nice. So I got free plus 0.1 out of that eventually through like one way or another. But Dewsbury Hall came in for Cunha. Has some pretty solid. He had a 12-pointer against Wolves. I'm probably not going to start him next week against Liverpool, but he is the type of guy that you could imagine he's going to. I want to see what his defensive contribution stats are looking like. Yeah, so he got close against Villa with 8. He had 6 against Wolves, 6 against Leeds. So he's not a bad shout for eventually doing it, but imagine like once every 5. Not going to play him next week, so immediately I think I'm going to substitute him for Mark Guéhi. Oh, Reinders! And he misses. Yeah, you're staying on the bench. I was about to say I might start him, who's on my bench as well, against Arsenal for FPL game week 5, but that's looking less likely. So my lineup, Forest though. Burnley aren't bad. They didn't play bad against United. They didn't play bad against Liverpool, but they just had bad luck, bad breaks. Trying to see these games next week. Forest. I want to see how Forest are doing. I'm pretty sure they're not doing too great. They're 15th. If United concede another, they'll be probably same ballpark there. Villa looks shambolic. Burnley though, they don't look too bad. They'll probably concede though. How many goals is Forest scoring? Forest at 4. It's tough because I don't know if I want Steve or Esteve playing that game instead of. I mean, I could play Reinders. But he's not doing too high either. He had that great start in game week 1. But he's not like I don't know. Tarkovsky though, at least guaranteed, I think, to get like he might not get the defensive contributions. Actually, probably will against Liverpool. Just heading the ball away all the time. He's kind of their guy for that. So we'll keep him. We'll keep Tarkovsky, even if he doesn't get the clean sheet. I think it's a smart move. Sanchez versus Manchester United away. I think that's a totally valid thing to do. Pedro, I have Joao Pedro as my vice captain against Man United and Haaland as my captain against Arsenal. But do I want Salah versus Everton as my captain? Or do I do something crazy and like, do I captain like Guéhi against West Ham? Guéhi, maybe not. Or Semenyo against Newcastle. Got 8 points versus Burnley, Salah. I think that's fine. I think having Guehi, Van de Ven, Virgil, Tarkovsky, Sar, Salah, Semenyo, Haaland, Mateta, and João Pedro, I think that's totally fair. Um, João Pedro as the vice captain, Haaland as the captain. Um, I don't know how he's gonna play against Arsenal, but I do need him. And João Pedro's got to get something. Mainu here, dude, it's so laughable. It's like actually sad in some kind of way. I don't care for United at all, but like watching professionals play this poorly and understanding like the impact that their poor performances have had on their like general psyche is like it's got to be awful. Like these guys have got to be in the gutter mentally in terms of like their self-belief. Um but thank you to whoever subscribed on YouTube up to 1166 subs. So much appreciated to each and every one of y'all. Foul there, but advantage given to United. But yeah, I'm pretty happy with this. I'll say Salah versus Everton. João Pedro vice captain. Keep Haaland, just uncapped. I think this is a good team though for week 5. Shocked I was able to afford it. If I put in Isak instead, I probably could have gotten like I don't know somebody. I wouldn't have been able to keep words because of the too many players from one club thing. But I would have been able to probably let's see. Let's go to transfers. I'm not going to do anything here, but I do want to. If I did remove select replacement, let's say Isak here actually. I have no idea. There's not like this is so bad to watch, guys. I'm sorry, but United are just playing like slugs in the mud. Buemo tried to curl an effort there and it just went out. Yeah, so I guess like what I could have done as well instead would have been to I mean, I don't even know how he's playing, but he's just like kind of like I don't know if I want him in my team period. Let me see this actually. Let's see who's like 7.2. Yeah, so I guess I could have done something where I like I don't know. I put in say Grealish Put in Kudus. I put in Isak. And those could have been my 3 transfers. Bro, United playing crap, losing possession early. United's been awful. Like, so awful today. They started okay the first like 20, 30 minutes, but it's been awful since then. I agree. But yeah, I could have done like kept Salah, kept Reinders. What is Amarim doing? He doesn't even know himself. I'm gonna be real with you. I don't know what he's doing. He's getting himself sacked, is what he's doing, it seems. But I could have done Kudus, Grealish, and Isak for Wood, Verts, and Cunha, which were the guys I had initially. Which I don't mind the look of, but I do think Dewsbury Hall, Sarr, and Haaland, because you're gonna get some like chances at the DEFCON uh with what's his face. Even said he was playing crap, but United aren't able to capitalize on it, on the chances. Yeah, no, this is very true. This is it's just it's been one of those games for United where they're just like stuck. Wow, bro. They can't do anything. Yeah, it's been terrible. That miss there, the 84th minute, shows you everything you need to know from United this season. I would have had point 0.4 left over. I could have probably gone and I don't know, probably gotten. I mean, I could have gotten any goal I wanted, but I probably just would have done Vicario. But either way, I think what I did was fine. Um, oh my god, dude, they're playing horrendous. Who are you supporting, dude? Neither team. I wanted a high scoring draw. I'm a Liverpool fan, but I'm not supporting either team. I was hate watching this one. I was hoping it'd be a draw because I don't want City to get any momentum this season, even though this win will only take them as high as like 8th. And as a Liverpool fan, we're 6 points ahead of them. It's still way too early in the season to feel comfortable that I need City dropping as many points as possible. But yeah, like I don't know, when in a game like this where I don't like either team and I just kind of want to watch a good game. I just want to see like if whoever scores first, I want to see the other team score next, and I just want to see that kind of tic tac sort of thing going. But Savinho, he's here. Yeah, just that. Well, Liverpool did clutch against Burnley. Yes, I was kind of late to my stream setting up my stream. I didn't set up until like really late. Because I was watching that game and I hate watching Liverpool sometimes. I said this to my family. I was like, Frimpong saved them, yeah, he really did. But I was just saying, like, it's such a like heart wrenching thing to watch Liverpool play sometimes because they'll play awful for like 85 minutes, 86 minutes, and then sometimes it's a penalty, sometimes it's a goal, sometimes it's a moment. There's just this late gasp, wow, shock moment that gets you off your seat and everything kind of. And then when it doesn't happen, you're like, all right, like, what was I expecting? I shouldn't have expected any better because nothing suggested anything get better. But yeah, I don't know, mate. I don't know. Bernardo Silva off for Ake, Haaland off for Oscar Bob. Toure talking to Silva and Haaland, kind of hyping them up. 90, 76, 90. I think it's fair for Sar. Gosh, Indian street kids play better than these professionals. That's crazy. It's they're just really off the mark, man. I think that once you're this far, like in this deep in terms of like being just kind of mediocre and bad, you don't turn that around overnight, and sometimes you don't turn it around for a long, long, long time. It's been extremely long for United since they were good, and it does feel like there's this kind of like it just feels like everything's kind of crumbling at that club. There's a minute left before stoppage time is added. See how it goes. Ahmad Diallo fakes like he's gonna lift the ball, but plays it to the lit instead. And United are so slow, like trying to do like bro, like I know they're supposed to play till the end, but there's nothing that they're doing. Casemiro, Mainu. Thank you to well, Nightmate. I've got my neat prep tomorrow. Hey, good luck with your prep tomorrow, Kamla. And thank you to whoever else also just subscribed. The last two people who subscribed up to 1168. I've been updating this a ton, but hope y'all enjoyed watching the stream with me because we have 4 minutes stoppage time, and I'm gonna end the stream as soon as that concludes. But it's a poor showing from United, like really laughable, embarrassing even. And will they make it 4 here? Reinders! Ooh! He really went for something there, but not quite good enough. Just a poor showing, really. Here, Xerxes. Xerxes still. Amad Diallo. Casemiro with the shot. It's blocked. Here with 2 minutes of stoppage time left. United trying. That header goes wayward. Is that Heaven? I think it was. I don't know what Ruben Amorim has or wants to say after this. Like, if I was a United fan, I would have wanted him to be sacked already. But this is just reprehensible. This is like so far gone, and it's just too. It's bad. It's just bad there. Like, and he's not gonna fix it. Nor will any other manager, do I think. But on the bright side, I don't know. I don't know. I think he wants to get sacked. Like, low key, it'd be best for his career that he leaves like before things get worse. But you just lost 3-0 to City now, and y'all are doing horrific. And Harry Maguire is forced to just like had every ball away, and it's just bad. It's just bad, and it's not something that builds to like success in the future. It's just gonna lead to more stuff of the same. Are you okay? Am I okay? I mean, even Gary Neville commented on Man United's performance. Yeah, no, I mean, rightfully so. I do think that um like there comes a line that gets crossed as a fan. Manu is losing. I couldn't care less. I wanted a draw, but like I hate Manchester United, so they reap what they sowed. Really, they played like Dookie too, so you know. Thank God it's over. Thank God it's over. I love United due to Ronaldo. Hey, I mean, fair enough. Um, that's that though, chat. 3-0 final score. Foden in the 18th minute, Haaland the 53rd and 68th for his brace. Um, yeah, dominant display from City. Just what they needed to get their momentum going, and the exact opposite of what United needed. This has got to be a massive blow to their mental state, their kind of motivation and everything as it stands, because this was stinky. This was a stinky performance for Man United. I don't know what other way to put it. But hope you enjoyed. Subscribe if you're new. Like the stream if you ended up enjoying as well. I'll see you on the next one next week. What fixtures are there? Let's see what games. Liverpool, Everton, Merseyside Derby. I'll be live for that for sure. Hundo P. Let's see other fixtures. Where are the fixtures, mate? Yeah. Oh, that's 7:30 on a Saturday. I'll be up for it, but damn, bro. See you, bro. Man United, Chelsea. I'll be live for that. Arsenal City. That's actually a really quality weekend. A really good weekend, and maybe before that one, live for either Bournemouth, Newcastle, or Sunderland Villa. So there's games. There's games that will be watched. Games that will be played. Brighton, Tottenham, maybe. Who knows? But hope y'all enjoyed. I'm Sideline Sedo. Peace.